Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today. I'm Lisa Kaye with Promise Resource Network. Um, going to give folks just a few seconds to chime on that normally come on with me at our 6:30 uh, early offering that we have at Promise Resource. So whether you come on now or you come on later and watch it pre-recorded, I just welcome you and thank you for including this message in your recovery for today, even if it's just for today. So let me know you're out there. Um, Today, guys, we're going to dive into something that, of course, I always tell you whatever I bring to you is what I'm currently, going through and dealing with. Um, so, it's one of those things where, you're going through something and you kind of dig in, and that's kind of your space, right? So, but I believe that what I'm going to share with you this morning for just for today, I believe that my experience with friends and family and coworkers that we've all kind of had a moment like this. So, good morning, Kim. Good morning, Darlene. Kim, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you're on here this morning. Let us know if you need anything and catch up with us later. But Kim, is working from home right now and we don't get to see her, but just wanted to check on her and glad to see that she is up and watching. And Miss Courtney's on. Good morning, Courtney. Hey, lady. Hope to see you in a little bit. But guys, welcome. Hey, Aaron, just for today. Show must go on. Good, Kim. I thank you. I am doing well. Good to hear. Kim is just a sweetheart, and we all love her so much at Promise Resource and what she brings to us and everybody. So, but she's working from home right now and recouping from some things. So she'll be back soon to join the forces over in Charlotte. But good to see you, Kim. Good to see you. So let's get with it. So just for today is a slogan that's used in the recovery rooms, whether you have been in NA or AA or Al-Anon, or Celebrate Recovery even. We know that this is a recovery slogan that's used. All the slogans are used in those rooms, but this one was part of my journey that stuck with me and I used a lot. And just for today, I challenge you to just go Google it and read. And I've gone through all of the Just for Todays, but you may have not caught all those episodes. So how about Googling it and look? And those of you who follow in NA or AA or Al-Anon, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you don't, go on, Google it, and you'll see what I'm talking about and read through all the Just for Today. It makes so much sense. But Just for Today means that we can hear something, see something, consider something this morning that, we might could add to our recovery journey or food for thought for just today. It might be something that we don't want to embrace for a lifetime, but maybe today we can try it to see if it has value in our life. So, so in my devotionals, I was struggling yesterday, had a busy day, struggling last night to come up with just for today the message that I felt led to bring. And so, as we talked about on Monday about plans, or last week, we talked about it again on Monday, having our plans is so laid out, right? And even I mentioned, and I think that's the day I smacked myself in the mouth with the ground, that even just for today's, I can plan out to the nth degree that I miss the message. And I'm too much thinking about what it looks like, sounds like, right? Instead of, just letting it flow as my higher power would give it to me instead of forcing it. When my life becomes unmanageable, I tend to get in that full-fledged, I'm going to take control power mode, and I can make your life a living hell. And as sweet as I might appear, to those of you who truly know me that I can flip in a minute when I start feeling chaos around me. So for the last 15 years of my life, I have lived in turmoil and chaos. I'm on the family side of the disease of addiction. Um, and when I found my serenity, when I started understanding serenity and recovery, was I started finding that in the recovery rooms of Al-Anon. So now that I have discovered and had a taste of serenity, when I start feeling that fleeing me, um, I panic because I never ever want to go back to living every day. I know we have moments, but living every day with my life in chaos, people pushing and poking and directing my life, me not having a voice, me not being able to navigate down my avenues of my path, feeling like all I can do is hang on for dear life. I lived that way too long, and I do not want to go back. So I have been feeling like my serenity is under attack. Maybe that's not the right word, but that's the word I'm going to use right now because that's the one that came to my head. Because I guess that's what I'm feeling right now. So it kind of fell in line with my message about planning. I finally just had a terrible headache last night. And I thought, oh my gosh, I hadn't had a headache in years. Where is this coming from? Well, it's my serenity's being messed with, guys. And it's playing on my nerves. And my inner soul is fighting because I have had the taste of serenity. I have had, I know what it feels like to um, not walk in fear and to be able to really let things go. I've had those experiences over the last 4 or 5 years as I got stronger in my recovery. So I'm not feeling that right now. And so in my soul last night, I just said, just let it happen as I talked about the other day on Just for Day, just let it happen and see what the universe guides me to. And that's what happened. So I hope it makes sense to you. I hope it applies to you. I know it applied to me and what's going on in my little universe. So I'm going to hang on this. I'm going to speak it out there into the universe. And if it feels good to you, grab it. If it doesn't, let it go. It'll be all right. I won't be mad at you. But I believe that everybody probably can relate to some of this. So this is the in my recovery material that I have from Al-Anon. And if you want to know what I use, just send me a message, call me or whatever. Last time they said I was promoting my recovery material, and they deleted my video off of Facebook, which I thought was rude. I don't, it's not promotion, it's attraction. I just was sharing a resource, but I guess Facebook don't understand recovery and how we share with each other what works. So bump you, Facebook. But I'm not promoting any one material. But if you want to know more about it, just let me know and I'll tell you what it is. So I'm going to read to you a passage out of my recovery material. Talk about that in a minute. Let me know what you're thinking about it. And we're going to wrap it up and start this Wednesday. Got to get to Charlotte. I see Miss Erin Pernazone. Good morning, Miss Erin. Thank you for joining us and letting everybody see your good morning. All right, so let's get started. So this is out of my recovery material. I recently had an argument with someone I care about. We had made all too publicly a few remarks to me about my weight. Now this is just a scenario, a story that I think we all can relate to. It may not be your weight, it may have been something else, but those of us who are real sensitive about our weight, we know someone says something about our weight, we're ready to fight, right? Or we get our feelings hurt, or we go hide somewhere. So this is just a story that we might can relate to. And I was less than pleased. Later, when I told him that my feelings were hurt, he insisted he had done nothing wrong. Now, listen up. That what he had said was true, so I shouldn't take offense. How often I have justified my own unkindness or my interfering where I had no business with that very argument. Too many times, especially during my early recovery periods, when I was really struggling with my own recovery and what was going on in the life of my loved one, um, I felt like it was my duty to say again and again, you know, point out their defects, the things that they were doing wrong in their recovery or sobriety, and how they were making my life miserable. And I thought it was my duty to make sure that they understood that each and every day. And believe me, they knew that. I didn't have to do that. But early on, that's what I really thought I had to do. Um, so I am learning to let go of my certainty about what other people should do. In my recovery, I heard someone put it this way in one of my meetings: I can be right or I can be happy. I don't have to make anyone over in my image. Let me read that again. I don't have to make anyone over in my image. With help, I can live and let live. So, just for today, I am not an insensitive person, but at times I have justified insensitive behavior by claiming to be right. I can respect another's right to make his or her own choices, even when I strongly disagree. My relationship will improve if I can love myself enough to let other people be themselves. When we are wrong, make us willing to change. And when we are right, make us easy to live with. Yeah. So for me, I feel like my serenity right now, my happy place where I can grind and create and be me and laugh and live peace free is not there for me right now. And so, for various reasons, um, not just one thing, but in Lisa Kaye's life, as y'all saw a week ago, I can fall off the porch and if it can happen to me. Right. So, guys, when your serenity's being messed with, if you've had that taste of serenity and peace, and you get the feeling like that's getting messed with, it can really shift things. It can change you. You can be like I was describing myself, be that person that can just really scream out all the time, "You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm right, I'm right." Get up into things I have no business in, and really start being that control person. Um, and forgetting one of the first lessons I learned in recovery is I ain't in control. That my higher power is, and I have to release that to him. And when I don't live that way, it's hard. But when you're feeling like things are coming at you, it's really hard. Aaron says, I feel this way too, and I can tell because I'm going to bed early and waking up tired. Absolutely. Me too. That's one of my symptoms of when things have shifted and I am trying to control things that I can't control, and never have and never will. And my thoughts are going deeper and deeper in what other people are doing or not doing, and how I'm right, they're wrong, and this whole, oh gosh, this wonderful, beautiful place of serenity just goes poof, right? And I'm like you, Aaron. I'm looking forward to getting in the bed and pulling the covers over my head. And still, we get up tired because our brains have been working all night. We just kind of dozed. We didn't really rest and sleep. We didn't have that peaceful place. If you've ever had a peaceful sleep, there is nothing like it. And when you don't sleep peacefully, this is what you do. You get up tired but here's the hope, guys. Here's the promise in all of this. Let's recognize it. Let's call it out today and let's see what we can do about it. Right. And I'm just going to give you something that was laid on my heart. You do with it what you want. It's not the answer to all of this, but it may help you, whether it's just for today or later. Um, so we have Christopher on. Good morning, Christopher. Thank you for coming on this morning and welcome. Um, so you guys let me know what you think, how you feel about this. Um, I can, over certain things, I can argue with the best of people, and I want to be right, and I will get louder. Um, I typically do that more in certain places than others. Um, but when Lisa feels like that her voice has got to be heard, and I'm not willing to listen, and I am right, no matter what, right? All of us can probably relate to that. We get louder and louder. Um, and when our serenity's getting messed with, I try to control everything that's going on around me. And it makes me, for one tired girl, very frustrated. Um, Walk around with this wrinkled thing on my forehead. It looks like I'm trying to focus on things with my eyes, but I'm really thinking hard. I'm going into places that I shouldn't be thinking about or trying to control, instead of giving it to my higher power, practicing those distress um, coping mechanisms that a lot of us have practiced and learned and practiced and learned for years. We kind of put them on the back burner. And I find myself coming home and my forehead's hurting because I have did this thing all day. I'm confused. I'm feeling all these things that don't bring me peace, right? So it's something to consider today. When we are wrong, make us willing to change, right? But when we are right, make us easy to live with. And I'm just saying that because when we are distressed, when we are not in our serenity, when we are right, we can be let me speak for Lisa, not you. I can be pretty nasty about it. I can be pretty not recovery sounding about it. Um, but when I practice my recovery stuff and I work really hard in my recovery, when I find that, and I don't win a lot of battles, I try very hard not to even get in them. But when I do feel like that I was right, and I'm in my serenity, I find that I have more grace with that person. I have more understanding, um, and I'm more willing to forgive or to hear their version or their vision, or their perspective of what was going on. But being insensitive, there's no excuse. And as someone who is in recovery, when it's not even being done with me, and at PRN, I get the privilege of being paid to love people, and I get to love on the most amazing people in the world in Charlotte, North Carolina, and when they share their stories with me, and I hear the insensitivity of the world that has been thrust at them, and trauma that's added on to their already traumas that our so-called helping professions have done, it breaks my heart. And I want to growl and yell and scream. And, I say a lot of things about, well, I won't say it on air, but what I'd like to do, right? About that system, right? Um, and I want to get really loud about it. And there is no excuse for people being insensitive and walking around in arrogance and feeling like their way is the only way, and treating anybody like they're not a person, right? And when I am a part of that, or I am witnessing that, that is one of the things that even when I was a little girl to now, I can't tolerate. I'm from the country, so you know that most country girls will scrap with you. I'll kick the shoes off, pull the earrings off, and we'll go at it. And I have been that way my entire life. I don't get physical anymore. Of course, now I was growing up, I was always in trouble for, I'll throw the first punch because I'm not going to get sucker punched. That's how my daddy taught me. But I don't do that now. But I can't stand insensitivity. I can't stand it. I can't. And that's what's really messing with my serenity is the insensitivity and the unrecovery like things that I see going on in the community, with agencies, within my sphere. And it really has my, you know, things kind of going on. So I'm going to read to you and we're going to wrap up. Let me know what you think about this. I hope it's helpful. If you found yourself like this right now, where you are about to scream or feel like you're about to lose it, you're not alone. And trying to get back to serenity is my goal for today, even if it's just for today. So I want to read to you. Mother Teresa is one of my, oh my God, she is amazing. Was an amazing individual. And I've read a lot about her. And if you've not done some research on Mother Teresa, um, do that. She is a renegade, man. She is someone that we could really model our life after one in some shape or form. And you talking about somebody that is very godly, very her vision and being able to see through her eyes must have been beautiful because she could see the most unkind things in the world, um, and see beautiful things, see the serenity in it because she got out of her higher power's way, right? She didn't try to be almighty. She wanted nothing but to love and to embrace and for everyone to have peace and serenity, right? So if you, whether it's today or later, start feeling like your serenity is kind of, you're out of it, right? And you've had the taste of serenity. Man, there's nothing like it. And when you start feeling like your serenity's getting messed with, you got all these waves and ripples going around and you start shifting, it can really throw you off in your recovery and in your walk and your testimony to other people that are watching you and to other people that are getting the sting, right, of your insensitivity. So as I read earlier about the person that said something about somebody's weight and she was very offended by it, but he said, but it's the truth, right? You know, he felt very justified and right, but he didn't care about her feelings. I don't care where you are in the world, that's just wrong, right? um, we can choose, we can feel like we are right about something, but when our words come out and our actions come out that hurt somebody to the core and messes with their serenity, or it happens to you or you're witnessing it, man, it's terrible. It's just a terrible thing to experience. But we're going to wrap this up. Hey, Amanda, caught the end of this. I needed it for sure. Glad you're on. I'm going to read to you what was very helpful for me this morning, and we're going to end on that. I got to get to Charlotte. And if you didn't get to see all of it, maybe you can go back. And if you're watching later, you can still comment. I'll see your comments and I can comment back to you. But let me know your thoughts on this. A lot of you probably know this. You may have, those of you who follow Mother Teresa, probably have been a part of or seen this. And I want to share this with you right now. If I can get everything ready here. So as you walk today, if it's just for today, try to, hey, Roberta. Oh, glad to see you on, Miss Roberta. You had trouble sleeping. I'm sorry I missed that earlier. You spoke to me today. Good. Okay, I was driving. All right, Roberta. I love you. You hang in there, girl. So today or even later on, I challenge you or even encourage you to find this poem by Mother Teresa or written by Mother Teresa and print it out, have it with you if you find it to be useful and helpful. If you don't, it's okay. But I do, and I've been reading this poem for many, many years. But today it took on a different meaning for me because of where I am in my walk. And I never, 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 ever, ever, ever want to be the cause of someone tripping up. I don't want to be where I'm not supposed to be. I don't want to be the cause of someone else, stepping out of their own serenity or getting messed up, right? I want to model it and live it and live at peace because today's the only day we got. So Christopher says, Lisa, you are so awesome. Oh, well, thank you. And I always seem to know what a person needs to hear. Be careful on your journey to Charlotte. Yes, because you know me and porches. So yeah, I definitely need to be careful traveling to Charlotte. All right, so here we go, guys. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Ooh, read that one again. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and your higher power, your God. It was never between you and them anyway. Just for today, Mother Teresa, look it up, print it out, and really concentrated on. So whatever is thrown at your serenity, right? Every that's, casting in there and tripping you up. Love, forgive, be kind, succeed, create, be happy, do good, give your best anyway. Because it's between you and your higher power. It's never been about you and them anyway. Hold on to that. Think about that. Meditate, marinate, right? Marinate it. Marinate it. Inez, good morning. Glad to see you on. Aaron said instant chills. Dang. And Aaron Wells says boom. Exactly. Thank you, guys. So if you're like me today, or even later, this floor is hurting. Just think a minute about where your serenity is. If you've worked in your recovery and you've worked really hard to get back into serenity, or even find serenity, you've never had it. You've lived in chaos and madness and unmanageability most of your life, and you find it. Ooh, you want to hang on to that. Dig in deep about what serenity is, what it means to you. And if you're starting to feel tipped over and starting to feel like you're not living that life, you can have it, right? You got to dig back deep in your recovery stuff, but also print out this or look it up, save it on your phone. Mother Teresa's poem that I read to you this morning. That it's not really ever been between you and them. It's always between you and your higher power, your ethics, your moral code, right? How you navigate, how you present in your worst times. It's easy when everything's going right, to be smiling and chilling, but it can be very difficult when things aren't that way. But when you are walking in your serenity, all chaos could be going on, right? But you are figuring out what is yours and figuring out what is not, and you don't jump in stuff that's yours. You stay on your path, right? It's when we stick in our nose in everybody's stuff and trying to control everybody's stuff and be the loudest voice out there because we know we're right. It's really not about you and them. It's about what are you doing to yourself? What are you allowing into your serenity sphere? Only you have the power, the superpower to clean up your serenity, right? To clean it up and be able to walk in your light. Today's the only day we got. Go make it count. No matter what happens today, love anyway. Create anyway. Live anyway in spite of. Because it's your love and your privilege that was given to you by your higher power. Never said life was going to be perfect or easy. It sure hadn't been my way. But today I feel lots better. I didn't plan just for today to death. I let it happen. And as things came into my mind or as I flipped the page, it spoke to me. And I said, I'm going to accept this as the message for just for today. Even if it was only for me, right? Because I got to take care of me first. So guys, please have a wonderful, beautiful day. Work on that. If you're experiencing anything like this, be able to recognize what it is so you can start working on it, right? You can start working on it. And if you need us, we're open. PRN is open. So give us a call. Come by and see us. We got classes 10, 11:30, and 1. We have a lot of virtual stuff going on. Stay plugged into us. Let us be one of your action steps in your recovery. PRN. Miss Lisa's just for today, or Karen and Izzy and Aaron's, family. Get in there, dig in our videos, dig in, jump onto some lives, or go back in our you'll see all these videos. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of them. Find your thing. These our recovery messages are from people with lived experience. They're in recovery, and that's peer support. That's where we come from. That's our angle. We're not clinicians. We are just talking to you from our heart and how we're walking and what's being placed in our life at the moment, and from our experiences, because we want to inspire hope. But the hope is today you can go out, get your serenity, walk in your serenity, and no matter what is going on outside that, you'll have the wisdom in that moment to know what belongs to you. And then the courage to do something about it. And you'll also have the wisdom to know what ain't none of your business. And also have the willpower to stay out of it. Guard your serenity, guys. Hold on to it. It is one of the best gifts in recovery ever, right? Because I can sure navigate my life a lot better when I'm living in my own serenity, right? And I've got a grip on it. I'm not trying to manage everything. I'm not falling back. I'm that person that lived that way for a long time. I don't plan on going back. I don't. And I want to be a model for my family, my grandchildren, right? What it means to smile and walk in happiness and love, even when it looks like everything's falling apart, right? Because there's always tomorrow if we're granted it. But just for today, I'm going to do the best I can with it. So, guys, I hope you were able to grasp something, hang on to something. Christopher, it was a great message. Need this for real. Thank you. You're welcome, Christopher. I'm so glad. And thank you for coming on and sharing this. So, guys, I'm going to head to Charlotte. I hope to see you there. If you do come today, come see me. They'll tell you where I am. Just ask for me. I would love to meet you or sit down and talk with you, and or introduce you to other staff that you want to get to know because you saw them on our platforms, because we're all there one part of the day or not. So let us know how we can help you. And guys, I'll see you in Charlotte, or I'll catch you on Friday for just for today at 6:30. Okay. I love you guys. Please share this on your social media. You never know who needs to hear this in your sphere of networking with family and friends. You just never know. So put it out there. See who grabs a hold of it. It may just change their day, even if it's just for today. All right, guys, I love you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.